Tea time. Did you hear the story where the woman was talking about how she got off work one night and she went to pick up a few things from her daughter while she was still at her job? And when she went to pay for it, her card declined. She was embarrassed, but thankfully, a woman came up behind her and said, "Hey, I'll pay for your stuff. Let me take care of it for you." She was hesitant, but she let her pay because she needed it. It was stuff for her daughter, So who started kindergarten recently. Well, as she went to go say bye to her coworkers and everything, by the time she walked out the door, she was walking out at the same time as the woman who paid for her. So she thanked her again. "Thank you so much. I appreciate you." And the woman said, "Okay, of course. When I'm a blessing, other people bless me. So don't worry about it." But then the lady stopped her and said, "Wait a minute. There is something that you can do for me." And the lady was like, "What?" And she was like, "Don't think like that. I'm not asking for no money, but I do have a son. He doesn't have a girlfriend. Maybe you can go on a date with him." And she was like, "Oh, wait, is something wrong with your son? Does he have a car? Does he have an apartment? Does he have a wife? Does he have a girlfriend? Let me know these basic things." The lady was laughing. "No, he has a car. He has a own place. He doesn't live with me. He doesn't have any kids. Like, he's good. He just doesn't have anybody." And she was like, "Well, you know what? You never know where a blessing will come." So she said, "Well, here's my number. Give it to your son and have him text me." And her son texted her, and he apologized. "I'm so sorry, my mama got you in the middle of this. I don't know why she would do that." And she was like, "Well, you never know. Maybe she feel like we'd be a good match. I don't know why, but let's chat." As they're chatting, they realize they do, have some things in common. They enjoy each other. They send each other pictures and go out on some dates and, just enjoy each other. They vibing. It's really feeling good. Now, she has a family. She lives with her mother and her daughter and her stepdad. But she doesn't tell her family about the new guy she's seeing because her baby daddy, her daughter's father, had passed away a year before, and she was hesitant to bring another man into their family, into her child's life. She just wanted to take it slow. Plus, her stepfather, who's been like a father to her because they've been together for so long, is actually a police officer. So she know if she tell him, "Oh, this guy I'm seeing, he gonna do the most, all kind of research on this guy." So she's like, "I want to just wait a minute." So a month goes by, 2 months go by, they vibing, and she finally asks him, "What's up? What this gonna be?" And he's like, "Well, I ain't wanna push you. I know you got a lot going on, but I wanna be with you." And she was like, "Okay." So now that they made it official, they decide to go and introduce their families to each other. And she finally tell her mother. Her mother was like, "I knew it. I knew you had a man. Because there ain't no way you dressing up like that and looking good like that for no reason. Ain't no way. I know my daughter." And she's like, "Yeah, I got a man." So they invite him, the guy, the new boyfriend, and his mother to come over for dinner with her mother and her stepfather. And when they walk in the door, they sit down and eat. They're talking. She said the vibe is good. It's like one big old happy family. But she noticed that her mother keep looking at the lady like something ain't right. But everybody play it cool. The meal ends. They offer to help clean up, but her mother's like, "No, we got it. Go on home." Her boyfriend and his mother leave, and her mother is in there just cleaning and cleaning, taking care of the after meal stuff. And all of a sudden, her mother stops and says, "Wait." And she goes upstairs to the storage unit, looks inside some several boxes, and she's watching her mother like, what is she doing? And her mother goes in, produces an envelope, looks through the envelope and says, "I can't believe this." And the daughter's like, "Wait, what's going on? What's going on?" And she shows her, "Look at this. Look at this woman." And when she looks at the paperwork, it seems like it's like police records, it's a restraining order, it's a mug shot. And the picture does look like the boyfriend's mother. Why would her mother have a restraining order on the boyfriend's mother? But that's not the same name. And the mother was like, "That was her." And the girl was like, "What happened?" The girl was like, "What happened?" And she's like, "You don't understand. Back before, a long time ago, I used to work at the police office, and I used to transport the inmates to go to their doctor's appointments. And a long time ago, I met her. I transported her. I think she got a crush on me because when she got out of jail, she started stalking me. She would follow me. I would file all kind of police reports, and nothing would happen to her. She would go away for a little while and come right back. But one day, at the time, I had a boyfriend, and my boyfriend would do little sweet things for me, and he had he had told me, he left a note saying, I got a scavenger hunt for you. So I was following the scavenger hunt around the neighborhood, around the building, and I was following all the little clues. And when I got to the last clue, it wasn't my boyfriend. It was her. She locked me up in a room and kept me there telling me that I'm her wife and she's going to marry me. And I managed to get out. And of course, I went straight to the police department and they arrested her. And I thought that was it because I never heard from her again, but I guess it's not because I think that's her. And as she's telling this story, the daughter's like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. And she in this house, but they still don't have the same name. Something's wrong. And the lady's like, yeah, but that's her. Well, the girl goes upstairs and goes to her room, and she hears her stepfather in the bathroom on the phone. And she's like, why is he on the phone in the bathroom? And she hears him saying, I can't believe you came over here. I can't believe you came to this house. I told you to stay away. No, you know what? Meet me at 2:00 in the morning at the Waffle House tomorrow night. And the girl's like, holy smokes. So the next day, of course, she goes to work, does everything, doesn't say anything to her mother at all because she wants to go see if her stepdaddy is going to meet up with her boyfriend's mother and why they will be meeting up. So it's almost 2:00. She goes to the Waffle House and she's sitting there. And the police car is there for her stepfather, but he's nowhere to be found. So then she goes inside and she talks to the waitress there, and she asks the waitress, is the guy who's in that police car, is he here? She says he was here, but he hopped in somebody else's car and they left. Well, what kind of car was it? Who was it? And the lady was like, girl, so many people meet up with their mistresses here. I don't pay no attention. And she says, well, is there anything you could tell me? And she's like, I don't know. And all of a sudden, her phone rings, and it's her mom. And her mom is like, you need to get home right now. You need to get home right now. And she's like, why? And she's like, right now. And in the background, she heard a voice, and it's her boyfriend. The lady's son is her boyfriend at her mom's house. She's like, why is my man at your house, mama? And her mom's like, you need to get home right now. You need to hurry up. And she hangs up and she's like, look, I got to go. But if he comes back, can you take a picture? Can you tell me what you see? And the lady's like, what's in it for me? And she's like, well, here's some earrings. Take off her diamond earrings and gave it to her. And the lady's like, that works. I'll call you. So she speeds back home and goes home to find her mother in the house with her boyfriend. And her mother's like, and her boyfriend's like, I don't understand what's happening. Y'all crazy. What is he saying? And she's showing him the paperwork of the mug shot, of the police records and everything. But this has a different name from the name he knows his mother as. He's like, that's not my mother. And this is wild to me. Her phone rings and it's the waitress calling back saying, hey, I got the pictures for you. She sent the pictures, and the pictures do show the stepfather there with the mother of the boyfriend, but they look like they arguing and they having a fight. So the mother see that, and the mother like, oh yeah. The mother go and get her blick and come back and call the stepfather, bring your behind home right now. Come home right now. I know what you're doing. I know who you with. And he hangs up, and the stepfather rushes home with the woman, the mother of the boyfriend, and they come inside, and the stepmother is like, what's going on here? What's going on here? And they like, stop. We got to explain everything. And the mother of the boyfriend is just like laughing. And they're like, what's funny? Well, why are you laughing? She's like, I bet he's not going to explain it right. And the mother's asking the stalker lady, what are you doing here? Why'd you come back for me? And she said, I didn't came back for you. I came back for my brother. And they're like, what? And she looked at the stepfather. That's her brother. It turns out that the stepfather had been a police officer for a long time, but he had never met his current wife. But he had that sister who was really crazy, and he would always kind of bail her out of trouble because nobody knew that was his sister. But on this charge, when he kidnapped this woman, he told her never again. And he got her a new identity and sent her away, and he hadn't heard from her until now, more than 30 years later, when she shows up because she's dying and she wants to introduce her only son to her brother. In the end, the crazy lady did pass away 3 months later. The mother divorced the stepfather because she said, he never loved us. He was only with me to protect his sister. And the woman who started this whole story, she continued to date her boyfriend because they really liked each other. And they still together.